guess I'll just go ahead and say it. So, I just want to be like you. Yeah, the thought came to me that simply. A moment of clarity with great sincerity, so you should get it in full, because these words aren't empty like my gas tank. Remember that time I had to ask for that 20? Well, Dad, I'm just so glad that you went to go grab that 20, because if you hadn't, I would have been walking. Which is fine with me, but somehow you always find a means to provide for your family. Provision being the first division worth mentioning, not just money, but things like affirmation and security. I'm sure you remember those years full of tears where I struggled with my identity, though you didn't understand why really. There was something you would always tell me. You would say, son, you're a man of God with a royal smile. I didn't know what all that meant. I just knew I couldn't stand a ride that was spoiling my trials. But because you didn't spare it, now I get to thank you for not spoiling this child. Being a child that I am, I really see you as the man, Dad. I really see you like David, killing bears, wolves, and lions, slinging a stone, conquering giants, all the while praying the Father's will is done. And I'm just an heir whose assignment is on his own, not too reliant, but I'm still your son Solomon, itching for some wisdom. Wisdom is something I see all over you, because now I got this open view before my eyes were closed, and I would doze after I chose my pew. And you never fussed, you just spoke the truth from that pulpit, and I was sick trying to cope with who I've become. Not the dude you thought you knew. While you were in empowering me, I was out disgracing you. Was kind of silly now thinking about it. You would ask me questions, I would make up something, you would barely doubt it. I'll trust you till you give me a reason not to, you and Mom would always say. Truth is, there was always a reason not to. Y'all just had hope for me and Jay. Or was it faith? And you would pray, and we would play, and you would pray, and we would disobey, and you would pray, and in the deepest of sleep we would all be slain, and you would pray. Fully awake now, I can gratefully say that you have trained this child up in a way I won't depart from it. I can't. Got this joy I feel down in my stomach. Inheritance I'm walking in, no I'm not running. Spent way too much time racing these lanes stunting. No more home runs for me, I'm straight in the game bunting. So here's the sitch, Pops, you taught me well. But like a bad snitch back then, I didn't know how to tell. Though I'm wiser, still my reasoning will fail. But you said that the Godhead is better than none. Keenan and Kel. Alright, no more Nick for me, I'm on the Fred Savage, no Red Rover now, I'm older now. Rites of passage, laying foundation in the craft, you had to Mac it. I'm gonna stay close to the tree on these jobs. Apple status. I'm gonna wind down, I feel my time is easing by. I just wanted to give you a standing hand for being a man in Ephesians 5. Not only a great dad, but just an all-around good guy. The perfect example for me and Jay of how we're supposed to love a wife like Christ loved the church. And even through all the hurt, you both hit that threshing floor for nothing more than a word from the Lord. That's the best thing you taught us to seek God with all of our hearts and please Him in all that we do. We appreciate y'all praying this through. Remember that day at Chick-fil-A, you can't relate these messages to a fool. I choose not to bring shame on my mother or grief to my father in any self-confident folly. Solomon again in Proverbs 15, the last thing I'm listing is something worth all of my knowledge. Verse 33, he states this and it's distinctively clad. The best way that I can honor you, Dad, is by living every minute in conscientious reverence and never ending but extending love for my heavenly Father. Happy Daddy's Day.
Oh man, tight.